Hello. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world. And welcome to this Facebook Live, Being Different, Being Possibilities. Yay. What else is possible for us today with this conversation? If you wonder where I am, um, well, I call it the dollhouse. Not the dull house, but the doll house. Um, we just had this really crazy idea to rent a, how do you call it in English? Um, yeah, well, we had this crazy idea to rent a cabin in the woods. And so basically right now we are really like in the woods around us. There's nothing but woods and nature and nothing else, no houses, nothing. We're like the only house here, I don't know, for a while. And so this house here is like, I call it a doll house because it's like a really tiny, cute little cabin. And I basically had nowhere to put my computer. There's like no table that I can put it that is really good height. There's not really good lighting. I forgot my lighting equipment. So yeah, this has to do. So I'm basically, if you would see like how this whole setup is today, it's too funny. So I'm basically like having a computer on the stairs. And doing this Facebook Live. So hello, amazing people from around the world. Happy to be with you on this Facebook Live, Being Different, Being Possibilities. I hope you are amazing. If not, maybe this Facebook Live contributes to you being as amazing as you are and more. So I hope the internet is actually pretty much okay here in the woods. It's like that works. Internet in the woods is amazing. Lighting, what else is possible? Hello to India. Hello, amazing people. Good to be with you. So feel free to do comments in the chat and, whatever comes up. And so, yes, so we rented this, just like a little example of what's going on in the Mittermaier life. So we rented this cabin here in the woods, the doll house, where I'm standing here, basically on having my computer on the stairs, because that's the only place I can actually do this Facebook Live from. So we're actually going to have a life foundation class here in Austria starting tomorrow, which is a really crazy thing in this time. But it's like something we went, okay, what future will this create? And we got, wow, okay, we're going to do this. And so, all the steps that needed to be taken care of to do this and to actually create this event. And so we rented this cabin to, be pretty close to the location where the class is. And what I've noticed is, doing something different in times like these. Wow. I mean, in these times, being different is quite obvious. It's like normal. Being normal is to agree and align to the status quo. It's like agreeing and aligning to what is and not asking questions. And hello, Toronto. Caro, hello to Australia. Happy to have you here. So it's like normal is like doing what everybody else does and agreeing to, the way things are and not asking questions. And being different in times like these, holy moly, is that obvious. It's like if you go for that journey called consciousness, and consciousness is something very pragmatic. It's basically turning on the lights, seeing what is, where most people like tap around in the dark and going, yeah, I'm gonna, create my life somehow. You're like, whoa, it's a wonder people are actually capable of creating a life with that level of unconsciousness that most people are choosing, So, but consciousness is basically something very pragmatic. It's where you just turn on the lights and you see what is, and you walk around in your life and go, oh, wow. okay, so that doesn't work for me anymore. Gotta choose something different in that part of my life. Or you go, oh, wow, I haven't acknowledged that there's something really amazing or a really amazing person in my life that I haven't really seen. I've put them off because I had a lot of points of view. But now that I turn on the lights, now that I go for more consciousness, I see clearly now. I see clearly now that the rain is gone. No, I see now like what works for me and I see what doesn't work for me. And, you know, as as challenging as this might be at times to really open the eyes and really seeing what is, it pays off. It really, really pays off. But what most people do, they rather close their eyes and go, oh yeah, it's gonna work out somehow, la 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 la, woo, and they just think, okay, that's the way I can survive, that's the way I can get by. But has this ever been enough for you? Or are you rather, someone who goes, okay, surviving is nice, but I actually would like to go for thriving and living and truly creating my life and my future as magically as I truly am capable of. And this is where, this thing of consciousness comes in, like turning on the lights and seeing what is. And it's sometimes challenging, because you see, you might, when you open up your eyes and you're really willing to see what is, you see things that you might not have wanted to see. You might see things in your friends or in the people you call your friends or people you have around where you go, oh my God, I didn't know this person has that much meanness in their world. Or I didn't want to see that this person, that there's so much limitation and stupidity in this world. But it becomes pretty obvious when you open your eyes and see what is. And what if this is not a problem? What if this is actually a gift? What if you seeing things for what they are? What if you seeing people for what they are is actually not something that bothers you or creates, disappointment, but is something where you go, wow, thank you. And thank me, thanking yourself and going, wow, gratitude that I have the courage to see what is. And that's the step number one, like the gratitude to, okay, I'm willing to see what is. I'm not settling for fantasies anymore. I'm not settling for illusions anymore. I'm not settling for, oh, everything is so amazing and pretty. I'm actually willing to see it all. And yes, this might be challenging, but what if this is not a problem anymore? What if you let go of this is a problem? What if you go, wow, interesting point of view that I have this point of view that this is actually a problem or that this is something that disappoints me. Wow, interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Okay, and what if you instead of disappointment go to gratitude? Wow, that is awesome that I'm willing to see what is. How amazing am I to be willing to see what is? Gratitude. So what if you expand your gratitude for you, for you to be willing to see more than other people are willing to see? Because my friends, that is what's required right now. Open your eyes, see what is, and not to judge it, not to be disappointed, but to be grateful. And to be grateful that you're different. When you see people going for limitations or fear or anger or whatever, meanness or whatever it is that you encounter, just go, thank you. Thank you for showing me that. Thank you for showing me all those parts and perspectives and sides of you. And thank you so much. And maybe as a next step, you can go, wow, thank me for being different. Thank me for knowing I have choice. Because you have choice. You can be as limited as other people. You can be as fearful as other people. You can be as angry as other people. That's not wrong. It's just a choice. But then when you go, wow, okay, I'm willing to turn on the lights and see what is, then you have choice. You can go for, okay, I'm going to be mean today. All right, okay, that was boring. I'm actually choosing to be kind again. And especially being kind to myself. Or being kind to my body or whatever it is, but just know you have choice. And While the whole world goes crazy and settles for judgment and what's right and what's wrong and what's good and what's bad, you can be different. You can be someone who doesn't go and settle for judgments and limitations. You can be different, and you can be possibilities. And this might be something that people don't see, because your difference is probably nothing that other people can like see, because it's not on their radar. I'm just, walking against the stairs where the computer's on and the wonderful dollhouse here. If you don't know what I mean, just watch the beginning of this Facebook Live. So basically it's like you have the choice to be different, but that difference is probably not something that other people can see because it's not on their radar. So what if you don't wait to be seen anymore? Because that's one of the biggest limitations that people, go for, is waiting to be seen, like waiting to be validated, waiting to, oh my God, you're so different. You're so great. Oh my God, now I'm gonna follow you, That's not what true greatness is. True greatness is where you just go for greatness, no matter if anybody sees it or not. Being the difference you are, being the lightness, being the joy, being the person who sees possibilities when other people are just like blinded by limitations. And what if you don't wait anymore to be seen by other people? What if you don't wait anymore to be validated for your difference, but just go for your difference, whether anybody sees it or not? Yes, you have the choice to be different. When you guys comment, I don't see your names. There's something with StreamYard where I don't really see your names, but I see it just says Facebook user, and then it says your beautiful comments. So I don't know what things you have to change on the settings, but yeah. So someone is writing, so different, so many possibilities. I love you, Susanna. Thank you so much. That's Joy? Oh, Joy. Jürgen just says that's Joy. Thank you, Joy. Do you see the names? Oh, it's funny. Cool. So, and it's like, the more you go for the difference you are, the easier it becomes. I know it's unbelievable because I have been doing this journey for many years now. And there have been times in this journey of consciousness where I went, oh my God, this is the hardest thing I've ever done, because once you turn on the lights, you also see your own limitations. You also see where you judge. You also see where you go for stupidity. And, and then you go, oh my God, and I chose this for what reason? And so like, there were many times where I went, wow, this consciousness journey, this turning on the lights is really not comfortable. And there were many times where I went, am I really going to do this? And, just if you have those moments where you go, okay, I don't know what to do with my difference. Sometimes it might seem easier to be normal. Then, try to be normal. What if you, go for half a day or a day and try to be as normal as you can, and see what you discover. Sometimes it's really fun to just, stop fighting it. If you think you should be normal and not different, then do a day of normality. Be norm, for a day. Call yourself norm, or whatever, and be normal. And go, okay, so what would a normal person do? How would a normal person think? And then after one day of doing this, you might have a lot of awareness of what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And you might then, after all, want to go, maybe, or maybe not, you will see, it's your choice, go for that difference that you are. And whether anybody sees it or not, like, there was years ago that Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, said many times, it just one knows. That's not what he said. So he said, just for me, just for fun, never tell anyone. So basically, I remember there was a situation. I was working in psychiatry in Sweden, and I had started with the Access tools, and I started to be acknowledged for what I know. And that opened the doors for me, realizing how different that I am than the people that worked with me. And that I saw things that, was not there for them. I mean, like things in terms of possibilities, like in ways of working differently with patients. And so I tried to tell them, I wanted to, hey, come on, there's a different possibility. You can actually have more ease working with patients. There's actually those things that we call diagnoses that are actually capacities. And they couldn't hear it. They didn't want to hear it, which is not wrong of them, which is not right of me. It is what it is. And so I was very disappointed because I thought everybody wants ease. Everybody wants lightness. Everybody wants thriving and celebration. Well, I was wrong, but I had this urge of give everybody what I like, the space of lightness that I know is possible. And that has been growing ever since, every day, and is growing every day. And so he said to me, Susanna, relax. Whatever you do, do it just for me, just for fun, never tell anyone. And that changed my whole life. From then on, I learned to shut up. Well, I don't shut up now, but I learned to shut up with people who are not willing to know or receive anything different than whatever they have decided is right and correct. And that created so much peace in my world. Joy is writing, now I see your name. It only happened to you, right? It's like you guys who are the seekers of the world. Like, how many times did you want to give everybody the gems, the possibilities, especially the people who didn't want to have it? And that hurts, it's like, ouch. It's like giving somebody a wonderful gift that this person doesn't want to have it. And it's like, and you're like, oh my God, I just want to give you this, the world. And they go, no, I rather settle for limitations. That's like, because we didn't ask a question. Are they willing to receive it or not? And so just for me, just for fun, never tell anyone is something that really changed my life. So then I started to use the tools and on myself and play with the patients. And then pragmatic psychology was created, which is now a worldwide movement. So just for me, just for fun, never tell anyone was a very good thing to start with, because then people showed up who actually are interested. And playmates, people who say, hey, what else is possible? How else can we work with people, with patients? And what else is possible? And then it's fun, then it becomes fun. And exactly like you say, Joy, then it's relaxing. And relax into knowing that once you ask, the universe actually hears you. And once you ask, things are already moving towards you. You might not see them. You might not have evidence of them coming your way, but they are coming your way. Know that. And then relax into your asks. Relax into what you are asking for. And relax into the change. Because the world is changing right now. So what if you don't fight it anymore? What if you relax into everything you're asking for? What if you relax into the change that we are creating on this planet? And what if you know that we have the capacity and the potency to create a different world? And what if you relax into knowing that we're already doing it? Despite of what other people say, despite of what you read, out there, wherever you read it. Things are changing, and we are doing it. We are being it. We are creating it. And, just like an example, so we're here in Austria and we have a live class tomorrow, which is freaking awesome. I haven't had a live class for a long time. And so just like prior to this class, usually like my days are filled with meetings and creations and like lots of stuff. And just prior to this class, my body has been so tired, but not from oh my God, it's a wrong tiredness. It's just like my body was asking for a lot of, sleep and just be outside and just like relax. And I've learned, I used to judge that. I used to go, no, I have to do something. I have to keep things moving. I have to prove to myself that things are happening. Lots of frantic, need to prove. But now I learned when my body asks for that relaxation and sleep or whatever it is, I know it's preparing itself and it's preparing us for change. And I learned to trust my body and I learned to trust myself to know what is required in each moment. Just like nature. I mean, do you ever see a tree stressing? Do you ever see nature stressing? Do you ever go, oh my God, my leaves are not out yet. That must be wrong. I'm so late. It's like it knows when it's time to start growing the leaves, what if we know too, and that's where you start to be pragmatic rather than dramatic. So there's so much more to this, my friends, so much more that I'd love to invite you to. And, we're having these Facebook Lives, and if this is valuable to you, I'm happy to do another one. And you just comment if you would like to have more of this, because it's fun to have these being different being possibilities Facebook Lives. And Nora's writing, oh wow, thank you, that is exactly the information I needed today. And that's the magic we be, when we relax, we actually are available to change. We're available for possibilities. When you relax, you're available for possibilities. When you stress, you uninvite possibilities. And then you hear what is required in each moment. You hear what other people require. And so that's like the one element of being pragmatic. And by the way, if you want to have more of this, there's actually a whole new creation. It's called Pragmatic Made Pragmatic. And it's something that I created a while ago, which I feel like, I had this, what if people actually are pragmatic in every part of their lives, like with business, with money, with parenting, with relationship, with marketing, with everything, what if this is something that would infuse in every part of people's lives, which is like this pragmatic psychology movement. And so what I created is a 6-month program where we get together 2 times a month and extrapolate on all these topics and, create the future that is truly available to us and the possibilities that are available with all areas of our lives, and truly infuse this pragmatic and ease and magic in all areas of our lives. So it's starting June 30th. So if this is something for you, check it out. I'm going to put the link, or someone is going to put the link under there. So there's a lot available with pragmatic psychology. There are videos out there. There are books out there. There's the Pragmatic Psychology book. The first one is called Pragmatic Psychology, Practical Tools for Being Crazy Happy. That's the first book I wrote. Then there is the Fairy Tale Family book, which is about, having ease with family. Then there's Who is Henry, the children's book. Then there's the Advanced Pragmatic Psychology. So there are actually books out there. There are videos out there. There's a podcast called Pragmatic Psychology, Be the Peacock. I just had an interview with Dane yesterday. It's going to air soon. So there's a lot available. There's the 6-month program. There's classes for people who want to learn, how can I work as a practitioner? Well, as a coach, as a facilitator, as a parent, as a, whatever, hairdresser, however you work with people, how can I learn to use the Access tools in my work as a practitioner for myself and for my clients. So there are all these things available. And if you have any questions about how to join, or, what's good for you, just, write to us, info@susannammittermaier.com. And so I'm happy to do more of these Facebook Lives as well. So for me, it's about not holding back, but, spreading as much possibilities on different platforms as possible. And I know that's not normal business, but I've never been normal. For me, it's like, why hold back? Why, why wait? We have a world to change. We have the luxury to having a world to change. And I'm looking forward to our future, because I know ease, joy, and glory is something that's available for all of us. I know that soaring beyond insanity is something that's available for all of us. And one way you can start doing this is ask more questions. Whenever something is presented to you as this is the way it is and you have no choice but that choice, this is the moment. Like every moment is a moment to ask questions, but there especially you want to ask a question. For example, simply, what else is possible here that I haven't considered? Universe, show me. Okay. So with this, I'm looking forward to more with you guys. So grateful for you being on and considering possibilities. Kara is writing so many pragmatic contributions. Thank you, Susanna Mittermaier. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being different and allowing it and going for it. How does it get any better in this? How do we get any better in this? Big thank you and kisses to you all from the little dollhouse in the woods. Let's see where I'm going to be next time. Mwah. Ciao.